Hey YouTube, it's Cutt here and we're bringing you another. Now before we get into the amazing Billy binges, before we get into that, first of all, you see the shirt. Come on now, get yourself a kid and play. Get yourself a kid and play. And get yourself a Wiz mug. Oh yes, get yourself. All that is available on jcutt.com, but what's also available on jcutt.com is my coloring book. Oh yes, it is now available. You can order it now and it will come to you in about a week. It's 5 to 7 days, business days. And inside that book, in the medium section, is the Kid and Play coloring section, which is page number 33, Kid and Play. Also, in the hard section is the Wiz. You can see it right there. Page 59, the Wiz. Oh yes. Go to jcutt.com and get your coloring book now. Link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we're going to be bringing more of this stuff to you. Oh yes. So this piece is interesting because it is a client piece. I did get paid for this, but it didn't start off as a paid thing. So what happened was I was actually looking for different people who can promote my coloring book or could promote some videos on YouTube. And I stumbled into his page. I'm like, wow, this dude's funny. He has a nice amount of views. Let me reach out and see if he'll be willing to do an exchange where I draw him for free and then he promotes. But I didn't realize he had two different pages. So the page I saw did have a bigger audience, and it also was where he did a lot of like movie reviews. Like he'll watch the movie and laugh and talk about it and you'll watch it with him. But then he had a reaction page, which still had a nice amount, hey, more than me, but it was still a smaller amount of audience than the other one. So I was like, oh wait, I didn't realize you had two different ones. Okay, maybe what I'm looking for isn't the best fit for what you're doing. And he was like, well, I can still react to it, but how about I just pay you to draw me? I was like, you ain't gotta tell me twice. You ain't gotta tell me twice. I was gonna do it for free, now you trying to pay me? Different conversation. So it's like, but anyway, let me tell you, Billy, I don't know if his full name is Billy something. I don't know what his name is. I'm assuming it's Billy. I know it's not Benjes, so I mean it could be. Anyway, he's awesome. We exchanged numbers and we've been in touch, and I've asked, for different tips, and he's just been so encouraging. I love when I can find a client who is authentic, because they don't come by. But this guy is really kind, really nice. He's been very supportive and great to follow. Like, I just love his stuff, and he's been supporting and following me as well. So it's been a great piece. Okay, so let's get into it.
And the bass keeps running.
So this was a fun piece. I knew it was going to be pretty simple, or like not simple, but kind of what I usually would do, like my go-to way of drawing. I draw people often, and I think this one does favor him very well. Sometimes I draw people and it don't be looking like them. That be feeling so bad. But listen, I do as best as I can. And then sometimes I'm like, wow, this really hit on the nose. I realize the more cartoony the character is, the more it looks like that person. Human face is so nuanced. I mean, you make one wrong move, it's a completely different person. But when you cartoonify, right, when you reduce it a little bit, I brought up the word cartoonify. Click this button right here. You can see the video that I explained about illustration and animation anyway. But I cartoonified him, and when you do that, because you're simplifying it, it fits that person a lot more. So this was a lot of fun. So as you can see, I'm sketching it out. He has this really big, bright smile. I mean, you can't get a brighter smile than this guy, okay? So I knew that had to be here. He's also pretty fit, so I had to get the muscles in there. From the pictures he showed me and from what I see in the video, he usually has a t-shirt on. So that was like, you can't get more simple than a t-shirt. So, I mean, it was a very simple, fun person to draw. And I said thing, he's not a thing, but art is a thing. You know what I'm trying to say here. Okay. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun. I always love drawing a cap. If I can put a cap on somebody, that's fun. Glasses are also really fun. They're not fun because they have to be symmetrical, but they're fun because glasses bring a lot of character to a character. it frames the face literally. So it's really fun to do. What I like to do, especially for a client, I don't do it. I do it for myself a lot more now than I used to, but I love to do a grayscale just so they can get a little bit of feeling of the lighting, just a little bit. So I'll do a grayscale and I'll do a little bit of shading just so they can feel which direction the light is gonna go, what the feeling is gonna be. And you can see I sketched out his name, trying to fit the style of his logo, but with illustrated look. And then what I would do is before this inking stage, I would send it to the client, make sure they like it first. Hey, am I going in the right direction? Does it look the way you want it to look? And I need a video to explain how that works for people. He was great. He was fantastic, but it doesn't always go that way. Okay. You don't luck up with great people like Billy. Okay. So just don't get used to it. Okay. He was fantastic, is fantastic, but I did that. He approved it. Then I went back and started to do the inking process that you see here. Did I miss it? I don't know. Did I fill it in with gray? I was talking. I missed it. We'll see. I'll try to pay attention to see if I did the gray fill in. Oh yeah, because I did the silhouette. So I obviously did it. You can see the silhouette is here. So this is a method I do now almost all the time, unless I'm trying to do something very specific. But I like to do a silhouette first, fill it in with gray, turn off the gray, and then continue to fill it in. It really helps. I need to break down why it helps so much. I prepared it that way also for the coloring book, the digital version of the coloring book. So I have actually this video right here breaks down how I did that. So I actually did break it down. So inking everything in. Anytime I have like something on the shirt, I always do that last. I make sure everything is done, and then I do the details that's on the shirt last, in the sense of like this has writing, or if there's like a character or whatever the case may be. And so you can see a little bit of wrinkles in the shirt, but not too drastic. You can see the eyebrows are just black. That is my favorite way to do eyebrows. But if you do that, it doesn't work that way for everybody's eyebrows. Some people don't have eyebrows. Some people's eyebrows really are like get really light here. Some people, their eyebrows are the color of their hair. Sometimes it's not the color of their hair. So you just can't always do that. But if a person already has really thick eyebrows, you can go in like that. So it worked for him. So now you can see me drawing in the words. Now here's the thing. My handwriting is trash. No, like pure trash. But my draw handwriting is good. If I draw my handwriting, it looks fantastic. If I just normally write, it's like, did you even learn? Did you even learn how to write? It's a whole thing. But anyway, you can probably see a little bit. I'm doing a lot of overshooting where I just draw the line past the line and then I go back and erase. That's the best way to clean up your lines, especially for straight lines. Excuse me. So I think Billy and Benji's are on two different layers. That's why Billy is overshadowing Benji's like that. And then I was able to move it to adjust it. So after that, then I went in with color. I can't remember what the main color was. I think it actually is a red shirt. Yeah, I made the shirt red, make the background blue. The way I like it is the shirt, I think I have it in the beginning, the shirt is black and the background is red. I think that was kind of cool. I can't remember. But this is how I prepared it for him. And I gave him options. You always want to give options, even if they don't ask for it. It's nice to give color options because, you know, they think they like one thing, but then they see another color variation and they're like, wow, that was really cool. I like that. Let me let that be the way I do it. And then white teeth. So white eyes and white teeth for characters is great when they're super cartoony. You don't want to do that if it's a little bit more realistic, because realistically, people don't have white teeth. Like, no matter how clean your teeth are, you just don't got white teeth. And your eyes are just never just that white. So it's always better to have a more toned down color when it comes to that. But because it's super cartoony, you want it to be as white as possible. And he has a super bright smile, so you want that to be as white as possible. So also I did white highlights. I only do white highlights if I'm going super cartoony like this. I usually don't do a white highlight otherwise. I added in the blue highlights, rim lighting on the left side to kind of match the background. And you can see I'm doing the different color options for him as well, like a blue version, a black version. Yeah, you see the black and red, and just kind of preparing it for him in that way. So that's about it. I mean, when you can get a good client and build a relationship and become, you know, friends, basically, that's the best you want. And this is a great guy. And there's so many other clients that I had that were pretty good as well. But not all of them. I won't tell you which ones are bad. You will never know which ones are bad because I ain't like that. But this guy actually really is really genuine and really kind. Don't forget, all the things I show you today is available on jcutt.com in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we are going to be bringing so much more to you. That's it. And if you want some work, just let me know. Just go to my DM or send me an email. I mean, that's it. What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave without liking or sharing or something. I know you see that red button. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Come on, y'all. Let's get